Part 5. Elf and Horse, Walking Across Memory Bridge. Just when all seemed lost, time stood still. Zelda was frozen, Ganon's blade-like horns mere inches from her delicate neck. Slabs of light appeared, forming a bridge from the spot where Lyn stood to the giant golden doors that led to freedom outside the now doomed castle walls. Lyn reached for Zelda's hand, but it was as solid as stone. She could not move. She could neither see nor hear. Unable to hesitate any longer for fear of time starting up again, Lyn shattered Ganon's horns, hugged her statuette sibling, then ran headlong for the first slab of light. The moment she leapt onto it, the light beneath Lyn's feet came alive. It swayed from left to right, as if to knock her off balance. As she leapt from one block to the next, she realized that a memory was being played, as if being projected from her mind's eye directly onto the bridge itself. Every scene revolved around Zelda as a child, a dance with the king, but on occasion a memory would appear that Lyn had buried deep within her psyche. Faces she could barely recall, far-off whispers. After falling from a block of light several times and having to start all the way back from the beginning, Lyn finally realized that this was an ancient puzzle. To solve it, she could not suppress the memories being shown to her, no matter how unpleasant they seemed to be. Once all the memories appeared clearly to her, she was finally able to reach the exit and make her escape. She rushed down the mountain, only once looking back with tearful eyes toward the home she feared she may never be able to return to. As she ran, she thought back on the last conversation she had had with Zelda. It was on the third day, when they had made one last desperate attempt to think of a way to avoid the marriage ceremony altogether. They were sitting on the edge of the outlook in Lyn's room, thinking quietly, somberly observing the guards from far below. A chubby man caught Lyn's eye as he broke away from the perfect formation of soldiers. He spat as he strode behind a pillar to rest. Lyn's eyes grew wide as he lifted the helmet from his head. She had always wanted to see what the captain guard looked like, but despite her imaginings of the plump yet gorgeous face of a blue-eyed man with a dashing smile and long golden hair, she was utterly disappointed to see an excessively sweaty, hardly attractive man with a balding head of hair and a dark black mustache that curled upward in such a way that made him look more like a villainous cur than a noble knight.
That's it! What's it? I've got it! Got what? I'll disguise myself as a man and run away. Where will you go? I'll live among the people. I'll become a prince among princes. The women will swoon. The men will envy and admire me. I think you mean to say that the old women will have heat strokes, and the young men will then proceed to punch you out for raising their grandmother's blood pressure with your charming good looks. And besides, no matter how much of a tomboy you are, regality is still ever flowing through your veins. You wouldn't last a day. And why the hell not? Your voice is too feminine. Knights, guards, noblemen, peasants, what do they usually do when not in the presence of a lady? They spit, they curse, they grunt. Zelda trailed off, counting all of the male vulgarities she had witnessed over the years on both hands. They grunt! That's what I'll do! Grunt! Just then, a horse raced towards her, and the hand of a dark-skinned woman reached out, carrying Lyn off into the stormy night. My name is Impa. I am here to help you. Please don't be afraid. I am a royal spy, a double agent to the true king of Hyrule and the bastard King Ganon. Because of my idiot brother and his weakness for maidens fair in my life, I was in shambles until your father found me. You don't remember me, but I helped raise you into the woman you are today. In order to keep me safe on my mission, your father gave orders to make you forget. Take this mask. It will disguise you as a child to anyone who looks upon you. Does this mean father is... King Majora is no more. Impa shook her head somberly. Lyn donned Majora's mask without hesitation. She felt no different. Out of eagerness and curiosity, she ran toward the stream to the left of her and stared down at her reflection. She looked to be a boy of 10. Magnificent! Thank you, Father, she whispered, gazing skyward toward the heavens. May you rest at peace with Mother by your side, wherever you may be. We mustn't waste any more time. The enchantment will wear off soon, and Ganon will surely send his lackeys after us. What about Zelda? Do not worry, child. I will watch over her until the spell is broken. I will then pledge my undying loyalty to her as the rightful heir to the throne of Majora. I will guard her with my life. You have my word, Your Highness.
Thank you, Impa, truly. Lynn fell to her knees, bursting into sobs as the weight of her reality finally began to sink in. After a few moments of wallowing in despair, Lynn stood, wiping the tears from her face.
We haven't the time for this. You must be brave.
Yes, I will be brave, Lynn nodded.
All right, we ride until dawn. Then I will leave you in the care of the Kokiri.
Understood, madam. But first, may I borrow your blade? Impa unsheathed the sword hanging at her side and knelt down before Lynn.
It is yours to keep, lest you find one of finer steel.
She thrust the blade at her neck, and with one graceful swipe, her beautiful long hair fell to the ground. She was a princess no more. No matter what happens, Lynn, we'll always be linked by blood. Zelda's final words rang out. Yes, sister, I will be your link, the link to the one true queen, the link to Hyrule's salvation, the link in the chain of events that will soon lead to Ganon's demise. And from that moment onward, life as she knew it would never be the same. End of Part 5.